Why weren't you talking? Does this have anything to do with why you're waiting for Serena this morning?
You were what?
It's been almost 9 years since Gossip Girl ended, and we were cruelly cut out of the scandalous lives of Manhattan's elite. And truth be told, it's been hell. I'm sure you miss the gang as much as I do, don't you? With Gigi's scathing posts, Blair and Chuck's empire, and Dan and Serena's on and off again drama, Gossip Girl was a global hit that led the cast to stardom. The show's ending in 2012 left millions of fans heartbroken, myself included. But today I'm here bearing good news. Gossip Girl is getting a reboot. Before we get into the drama, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of the fun. Now, on to the good stuff. I'm sure you remember all of the juicy details from Gossip Girl like we do, but if not, here's a quick rundown of the original Gossip Girl. The show aired on CW in 2007 and was a worldwide phenomenon after the first season. Fans became obsessed with the secret identity of Gossip Girl, an online presence interfering and ruining the lives of some of New York's rudest trust fund babies. Blair Waldorf, Serena van der Woodsen, Nate Archibald, Chuck Bass, and lonely boy Brooklynite Dan Humphrey. The show ran for 6 seasons and focused on the main characters being harassed by the infamous Gossip Girl before her identity was revealed as one of their own in the finale. Well, now, Gossip Girl is back for seconds, hounding on a newer crowd of high schoolers and an even more advanced generation of social media. Here's everything you can expect from the HBO reboot. The Gossip Girl reboot will come to your screen much sooner than you think. Production by HBO officially started in November 2020, but was ceased fairly quickly due to the global health situation. However, it's looking like we'll be seeing it come to the screens at some point this year, or perhaps early 2022 if production is ceased for much longer. So far, it's been scheduled to run for 10 episodes, each running for an hour long. This could change depending on how the show is received and reviewed by fans. Now, let's talk you through what the reboot show will focus on. Unfortunately, the show won't be focusing on the original characters, but I'm not really that surprised, as I'm sure none of you are either. There wasn't much else the show could focus on after Dan's shocking reveal that he was Gossip Girl, and I'm not too sure I even wanted to focus on them. It doesn't really make sense for a group of adults that probably have children now to be harassed by an online basher. Besides, I think the poor group needs a break, don't you? And with all of them all grown up, the reboot has the chance to focus on a new and younger generation of Upper East Siders. I think this time around is going to be even more scandalous and dangerous for the trust funds involved. Here's why. Social media was considered hectic at the time of the original Gossip Girl, but can you imagine what new stuff is going to be brought to the show with the introduction of smartphones and all of the new apps available? Social media has evolved to such a rapid extent since the original show ended. It's going to be completely different compared to what we saw during the original run. If Gossip Girl was bad before, those poor kids are about to go on the roller coaster from hell. No one is safe. Now, I'm sure you're also wondering what the plot will be. The reboot will take place a whopping 8 years after the original Gossip Girl site went dark and our beloved Upper East Siders have moved on with their lives. Now it'll focus on a new crowd of preppy high schoolers. The show will highlight drastically how much not only social media but high society has changed in the years since the show last left off. I can confirm to you that the new characters will be attending the familiar Constance and St. Jude's, just a lot later down the line to when the original cast roamed the halls. I can't help but wonder who's queen now and whether they hold a candle to the infamous Blair Waldorf. There also won't be a hidden secret identity to Gossip Girl. Apparently, the concept of the show will differ quite drastically to the plot of the original series. Schwartz thinks it would be interesting to instead highlight this idea that we're all Gossip Girl now in our own way, that we're all purveyors of our own social media surveillance state. The reboot will also be far more inclusive and totally different than the original show. As much as I loved the original Gossip Girl, I'll be the first to admit that it was reflective of the decade and in turn didn't have a great deal of representation. But fear not, producers have confirmed that the reboot will be the total opposite. Instead, it will focus more on the sense of diversity that's in New York with non-white lead roles and a lot of queer content, according to Saffron, former and present Gossip Girl showrunner. Saffron has also teased that the reboot will have an incredibly different concept to what we've already seen, but won't let any secrets out of the bag. Now I'm sure you're wondering who will be in the reboot, right? Well, let's have a look at the new cast. Seemingly, the reboot will bring a lot of new faces to the screen, generally introducing some actors to their first big roles or first roles in general. The original show did the same thing with the original cast, sending members like Blake Lively into insane stardom and leading them on to bigger roles. Here are some of the new faces you'll be seeing in the reboot to make up the main group of Upper East Siders. First up is Jordan Alexander, who will play Julian Calloway. Evan Mock will be playing Akeno Aki Menzies. Known for skating and modeling, Mock is making his first acting debut with HBO's Gossip Girl. Savannah Smith as Monet DeHaan, Smith will play the cool girl at school in her first booking. Emily Allen Lind will play as Audrey Hope, playing the tied-down high schooler who's starting to yearn for a bit more freedom and frivolity in her life. Whitney Peak will appear as high schooler Zoya Lott. Eli Brown plays Otto Obi Bergman IV. Thomas Doherty, whom you may know from Disney's Descendants 2, plays Max Wolf. Zion Moreno will appear playing Luna La. Tavi Gevinson will start as Kate Keller. Jason Gauthier will also appear in the reboot, though HBO is yet to reveal what character he'll portray. Elizabeth Lail, Penn Badgley's You co-star, will also appear on the Gossip Girl reboot. Not much is known about her character yet, but I can't wait to see what she brings to the show. Hopefully it's Dan Humphrey. Last but not least, Kristen Bell is returning as the one and only voice of Gossip Girl, which I am so grateful for. It wouldn't be the same without you, Gigi. Next up is whether the former cast will make a reappearance. Here's what I know so far. While it's been confirmed that the main characters from the original show will all be referenced, it's not yet confirmed whether all or any will be returning to appear on the reboot. The reboot does, however, appear to take place in the same universe as the previous show, so it'll be hinted at to show how the characters ended up or perhaps even at the legacies they left. I'm looking at you, Blair. Chase Crawford, whom we all know and love as Nate Archibald, said he'd love to appear in a cameo in an interview with Digital Spy. I'm gonna hold him to it. Penn Badgley, Gossip Girl herself, didn't seem too thrilled about returning to the role but left things up in the air. He's admitted in interviews that he was never a huge fan of Dan Humphrey, which I have to agree with him on. He did, however, say of the reboot in December 2019, "I would love to contribute in a meaningful way to it. And I guess it would just depend on a lot of things. So never say never." More disappointingly is Serena van der Woodson's reluctance to rejoin the cast. Actress Blake Lively said any questions regarding the reboot could be redirected to the producers as she's not taking part in the series in any way, shape, or form, according to E! Leighton Meester, who played Queen Bee for the entire run of the show, claimed when she was asked in an interview about whether she'd return or not that she was never invited. However, she did say never, though her husband Adam Brody also said that they wouldn't be watching the reboot as they're not really the intended audience. Well, we hope you come back, Bee, if only to check how Constance is being ruled in your absence. Ed Westwick, Manhattan's bad boy, also hinted that he may make an appearance in his role of Chuck by saying, "It's really a question for the creators. I loved being a part of that show." Producer Josh Schwartz did announce that he had invited the entire former cast to revisit their roles in the reboot, but didn't want to make the show dependent on the old team coming back. Instead, the reboot would focus on a newer generation and perhaps bring us some cameos from the former crew. Gossip Girl showrunner Saffron will also rejoin the show, both writing and executive producing the revival. Original show creators Schwartz and Stephanie Savage will also participate in the revival as executive producers. Original costume designer Eric Damon will also reappear in the show, with hopefully a more updated sense of style. Not that I blame Damon. I mean, it was the noughties. If you've not been teased and tortured about the reboot, then take a look at some of these leaked photographs too. All of these photos are teasers that have been posted to Gossip Girl's verified Instagram account. They are really trying to get under your skin with the on-set photographs of the cast and the old courtyard. That's all of the details I've got to tell you so far, unfortunately. The original cast may be returning, the new cast will be more diverse, and the show itself will have an entirely new concept to focus on around Manhattan's high society. I hope you're as excited as I am with these teasers. Remember to subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like this and to turn on notifications so you don't miss out on them. Bye-bye for now, Eastsiders. XOXO, Gossip Girl.